I'm going to be live streaming how to write high converting emails to help promote our new book, The Local SEO Playbook. We kind of soft launched this last week. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run you through the email strategy, and I'm going to show you the exact prompts that I use to get emails that, like I've talked about a lot before on these live streams, I've been doing copy for 10 years now and are currently outperforming the copy that I'm writing. And this also has allowed me to scale output in terms of getting emails out and just content all over the board. So continuing along with this sequence that we've been doing in terms of using AI to really automate our day-to-day stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump over here, share my screen. Let's share the entire screen. And let's just talk a little bit of context for those of you that have not seen my previous live stream where I talked about how I wrote this entire book using AI, how I uploaded it, got it published on Amazon, and now I'm beginning the promotion process. So we're going to be running Facebook ads. We created this landing page on our website. Now, if you go to Amazon, right, you'll see this book on Amazon. We're selling it for, I think it's like $6, and $2 on Kindle. This is purely just to cover the cost of Amazon. We really don't plan on making a profit off of this. It's literally just to cover the cost on what to publish it on Amazon, because this is all print on demand on Amazon. So there's hard costs that go into actually doing this. So we did want to give it away for free though on our website. So when you click this button here, claim your free copy, this pop-up comes up. And the reason why we wanted to give this away is because we want to run ads to this landing page to collect emails from lawyers and then use the email drip sequence to try and either nurture them or convert them into becoming clients of our agency, because this is actually a service that we do. Local SEO is a key part of what we do for our attorney clients. So giving away the book, showing them exactly how we do it, talking strategy, and then making them offers throughout the book to book a call, giving them our get started page right here. So we've already got this landing page synced with ActiveCampaign, which is our email provider that we use. So again, as soon as they click this and put in their email, then they get pushed to our ActiveCampaign platform here. Now, over here in the automation sequences, right? Well, the first thing that you do is you create a list inside of ActiveCampaign that the contacts get pushed to inside of ActiveCampaign. And then we create an automation sequence here where after they opt in, then they are getting, sent emails on whatever cadence that we want on a regular basis. So letting it load for a second, it's always slow when I'm live streaming it. So we have the first email up right here. I'll just show this to you what this looks like. Pop this open for you real quick. So when they opt in, they get this email that is just giving them the book. So the first email, there's really two things that we want to try and do with this email. One is we want to give them what we promised them. So send it to them right away with a very simple headline that basically says, hey, what you're promised is inside of this. Now, something else that's really important, it just showed the data there and I'll go back to it. But the first email is always, always, always going to have the highest attention rate. It's going to have the highest open rate and it's going to have the highest click rate. So not only do we want to give away what we promised, and I'll show you how I'm doing that, but we also want to put in a secondary call to action because we're never going to have as much attention as we do on this first email. I showed you that. Hold on one second. Sorry, my dog was going crazy. I showed you that this has a 73% open rate and I think like a 60% click rate, which means that's as high as you're going to get on pretty much any type of email. And that's because we're making a promise to them that they're going to get something in exchange for what they're putting in. So here they get a link to download the PDF of the book as promised, right? I literally just uploaded a PDF to Google Drive, made it public, and then gave them the link here. And then you can see here that I've also then put a call to action down here to check out our free trainings on YouTube. Now, you could say, why aren't you putting a call to action to work with you? To me, when we look at the conversion process and where this person probably is in our ecosystem, because we're going to be running a lot of traffic to this page on Facebook from cold audiences, we're going to make the assumption that most of these people have no idea who we are. It's way too big of a bridge to cross to try and make an offer to them to book a consultation with us. We want to nurture them a lot more. And I think this is really, really important when it comes to really any B2B, but especially agency stuff here. Too many people in the agency space, you try and have sex with the person before you take them out to dinner. Pardon my French, but it's true, right? We got to nurture them a little bit. We got to woo them. We got to wine and dine them. So we have a ton of content on YouTube. And for me, Video, hey, what I'm doing here has always been the most impactful way for me to nurture audiences, build connection, let you know who we are, like it or love it or hate it. But our data shows that people who watch more than one of our videos are highly, highly likely to not just become a lead, but more importantly, become a highly qualified lead to want to actually work with us and to want to actually talk about doing business together. Because again, if you try and make an offer here too soon, saying, hey, why don't you, like, we can do this for you, why don't you book a call? The quality of leads is not going to be great because they're just not ready. They're just probably booking it and they're probably going to waste your time. So be patient, nurture them, send them information. So, okay, that being said, we've got our first email here. We've got this one done. What's next? So, I want to do a 10-day drip sequence, automated email sequence, sending them one email every day. This just showed you here too, just to reiterate the data, right? So of 33 emails sent of the people that have opted in for this so far, 73% open rate, 70% click rate. So what I want to do now is I want to add email automations onto this sequence. So I'm going to set up wait for 1 day, save that, and then I'm going to send an email, right? So I like to just use the existing email so that way we have this email template already done. Because another important thing here too is, in my opinion, a lot of people over design their emails. What we want to do with these emails is we want to make it look as natural and native as possible. Meaning, if you're sending like graphics and like custom designs, first of all, not that doesn't always load on people's phone or browsers wherever they are because of speed. So if you're over designing emails in the B2B space, I'm not talking about e-commerce. If you're over designing emails with too much stuff, it's a heavy email. It doesn't always download. They don't always see it, and then it's going to look like crap. Also, people know when they're getting marketed to. So you can see here our email template. I'm just trying to mimic exactly what it looks like when you get an email from me in Gmail. Now, of course, it's not going to be perfect at all, but I like to use plain font. I just like to use Arial font. I like to use Arial or Helvetica. I like Helvetica too, but I usually just stick with Arial because that's what I always do in size 16. This to me is how we mimic and make it look as native and organic and natural as possible, just like a natural email coming from me on a one-to-one basis. Now, this is an email that we use for our email list template. This is my newsletter template, but I use basically the same one. So I'm going to use Claude to do this. And what I want to do is come here, and I actually just fed it this too. So what I did is I fed it the ebook, right? I just gave it a very simple prompt, said I need help writing emails for my latest ebook attached. Now it went ahead and spit something out here, and it wrote like a natural kind of first rip sequence for us, but I'm gonna give it some more prompts because what I want this to do is I want every single day, I want it to pull out and extract value from each chapter because I think there's 10 chapters in the book. So each day I want to send them extracted value from the book for each chapter, which is going to drive them to then read the book and consume it. And that's another really important point here, which is, to me, the most important thing that they can do here is not book a call on my calendar, but actually read the book. That's super important. I'm going to reiterate that. The most important thing is consumption, not call to action. Not call to action, meaning like book a call or take some sort of conversion-based actions. Now, I know that might sound stupid to you, but I'm telling you, the power of consumption is way more powerful than getting somebody on a call before they're ready. Because if they read the content, if the content's good, right? This is assuming that your content is good. If they watch a video, if they read your book, if they read your blog post, if they listen to your podcast, and assuming that that content is good, which it should be, because you shouldn't be putting out content that's not good, the propensity and the likelihood for them to actually become a client is far greater than you trying to book them to push a call. Because people aren't stupid, guys. Like, there's this whole old school thought process in marketing where it's like, oh, we need to like put call to actions everywhere and make it like red because it's going to stick out the most. Like, dude, they're adults here. We're selling to adults. If they want to work with you, they're going to work with you. They're going to figure out a way to work with you. It's not hard for them to go to your website and figure out how to book a call. But that's only going to happen if they're motivated enough to do that, which means the content needs to be good enough to do that. But if we're not even giving them the opportunity to push them to read the content, to see the content, to watch the video, then we're basically just losing all of our teeth. All that nurture sequence is gone, right? All that nurturing content and information that's going to warm them up to you and to wanting to work with you is gone. It's a lost opportunity. So it's not just my opinion. This is a fact. I've been doing this for a very long time. If you opt into any one of my free offers, I'm always just going to email you reminding you to consume that content. So if you opt in to watch one of our VSL videos that we book 100% of our phone calls off of, I'm going to push you to watch the video, because I know if I can get you to watch that 10-minute video, the likelihood and propensity for you to book a call and actually become a client, not just book a call, but book a call, become a client, is far greater, because you're going to be warmed up. You're going to know what we do. You're going to be educated. You're going to know what our style and everything is. Versus if you don't watch it and I'm just like, hey, we can rank you first in Google, and you book a call and you're like, okay, let me show you what you can do. Like, show me what you can do, prove it to me, versus, damn, dude, I watched the video, it's really good, I want to work with you. It's a completely different tone, energy. Trust me, that's the best thing that we want to do. So the prompt that I want to give it here is to help me write emails that are going to pull and extract value from the book, specifically each chapter, and then each day it will be a daily email based on that. So let me just write this out real quick. All right, so this prompt basically says, I want to write an email for every chapter in the book. Each email should focus on a single chapter and extract the value from that chapter. It should summarize the chapter and give all the main points and value from the chapter. Let's take this email by email, aka chapter by chapter. Let's start with the first chapter. So again, I don't like to overwhelm these tools. I could have it write all 10 of them at a time, but then it's a lot harder for me to go through and edit. It's just too much. So let's go through and read this. So I always change the subject lines. I don't like their subject lines. I'm sharing a detailed breakdown. Okay, so I already don't like this opening. They opted in for the book, so I don't want to say I'm sharing a detailed breakdown. I want to say something different, which we'll get to in a second. Market research insights. So this is no good. That was not a summary. That was a bulleted list. Get into the value of the chapter. Summarize it. So I just didn't like that, because what this reads as is, it didn't actually tell me anything that happened inside of the chapter. It's basically almost like an outline that I would use to write this book. So I just gave it some more prompts. Let's see what it comes back with. So I already like this better, right? So it's not talking about me. You saw the other one was, I'm going to send it to you. You never start anything with we or I or me, because people don't care about you. They care about themselves. So this is taking the approach, which is already better, of talking to law firms and talking to the problems that they're having. So most law firms approach local SEO backwards. This is good. Chapter 1 of local SEO playbook. Okay, that's fine to get there. Okay. So I like this here too. I like the kind of like revealing of that. And I'm just going to take this over now, and I'm going to edit this inside of ActiveCampaign. So let's just go ahead and paste this in. So I'm just going to normal font, just get the font. Oops, wrong font. Just get all my fonts right. Let's go size 16. Hey, Anthony, what's up, brother? Y'all, please feel free to comment here too. You know, we're just working here today. So I always like to break up text like this too. I like to break up the eye pattern. To me, people skim when they read. So I have kind of a rule of thumb that paragraphs should never be more than 3 sentences, right? Or 3 lines. And sentences should be short, punchy, and to the point, right? So I'm just going to format this first, because I need to read this first myself. I'm going to leave a video in here though. No. Yeah, I'm going to leave a video in here, because what I want to do is, again, like, my actual goal here is to use this to build our YouTube channel, because like I said, the biggest value that we see in terms of leads and signed cases, oh, look at me going live, is coming. The more videos that we get in front of people, the better that we perform. So if I can figure out a way to drive eyeballs to this nonstop, then we're going to be good. And what I'm going to send them to is I'm going to send them to our VSL. Let me just find out which VSL it is here. Stop wasting your money. Local service ads. Where is this dang VSL? Family lawyers. SEO. I think this is it. Ads. Hate ads. Does anybody else get rid of ads on their YouTube channel? This is my agency's account, but my personal YouTube, like I will pay whatever it takes to not watch YouTube ads. Yeah. So this is the VSL that I want to run. So I'm going to use this as like the secondary call to action here. What I like about Active Campaign too is I can just drop it in here, and it will automatically update this here. So this is like our blended search offer is like our core offer. This is what we're ultimately selling. And again, I don't need to like bombard people over the head to be like, hey, book a call, book a call, book a call. I want to bombard people over the head to watch our stuff. Also with YouTube, if I get them to watch this video, you know what happens the next time that they log into YouTube? They're going to see more of my videos. The more of my videos that they see, the more likely they're going to be to become a client. And also too, you know, there's not a lot of people watching this, which is cool. You know, y'all are working and doing your own thing, but like something I can tell you guys is that like the most important thing is audience. You know, like I'm much more concerned right now and invested in building an audience versus trying to build a client roster, because I know if I can build an audience of attorneys who trust what I say, the business is going to grow exponentially over time. It's the most powerful thing that you can do. Trust me, trust me, trust me when I tell that to you. So what I'm going to say here is, hey again, I'm just going to reintroduce myself. Ryan here. Yesterday, you opted in for a free copy of our latest book, the SEO, local SEO. So I like to just put this sentence in here, right, to just kind of reiterate so it refreshes their memory, because over time, especially over a 10-day sequence, they're going to forget this. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this language and I'm just pasting it over into a Word document over on my other browser over here, so I can just put that into all the emails coming up. So this just goes through chapter 1 local SEO playbook. I know you're busy, and let me do this better. All right, so I'm writing kind of like a little intro here that is going to help contextualize these emails every day for them. So this says, as a lawyer, I know how busy you are. This is a nice little flex, right? I currently work with over 50 law firms right now. Little flex, little value. I'm not value, I'm sorry, little authority building, right? Every day for the next week, I'm going to be sending you an email with a summary of each chapter so you can download the information from the book. So you can download the information without reading it, although I highly, highly suggest at least skimming it. Today, so like chapter focuses on how okay, so now I get into the value of the email, right? Chapter 1 of the local discipline. Okay, so I'm just going to remove that part because we kind of already said it. So what I also need to do is get a copy of the book so I can just resend it to them here so they have it. All right, so we'll say, here it is right here. What's up with y'all, man? Quiet day out there today. Tuning in. What are y'all working on today? Jump. So like, so I'm just going to keep sending them. I like to use this little right arrow for call to actions. Bang, there you go. Be on the right, so then this just teased out the video for tomorrow, and then P.S. Watch. Right, so again, I'm got day 1 done there. Now what I want to do is I want to feed this to Claude so Claude understands, right? I rewrote the email. See below. I want you to use this to write chapter 2. So let's see what it comes up with here. While it's doing that, it's going to just go ahead and set up the next email. All right, so I need to change the subject line though too. Sorry, my son's out there going crazy. Y'all hear him? So email 2, chapter 1 summary. So this one, and then so I always like to put in the pre-header too, like a big text that talks about who we're trying to target here. So lawyers, find out why you're not ranking in Google's local search. All right, bang, done. So that's it. You know, I've got this one done now. Save this. Let me save this and close this. All right. And then I'm just going to do the same thing. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to say wait. And now that I've got the first one done, this is going to flow a lot. I mean, I'll be able to knock all this out here in the next 20 minutes. So the first one takes a little bit more time. And I'm just going to use the previous email, which is already going to save me a lot of time. And then I already had it right, chapter 2. Coming back with the chapter 2 summary. If you missed yesterday's email about the local market, you can catch it. I'll just take that out. Today's chapter is all about your Google Business Profile. All right, so I like this already. I'm going to have to edit that. but y'all get the point, right? So that's it. That's all I got for today. Hopefully you enjoyed this little peek behind the scenes on how I am, and how I've been using Claude to help me basically scale output, creative output, writing output, emails. I mean, all this stuff, man. I can't tell you how long this used to take us. Either paying copywriters to do this and spend a ton of my time and money, but now Claude and these simple prompts are really helping us scale and put so much more information out and attract so many more law firms into our ecosystem. So as always, if you guys have any questions, if you want me to cover anything in these live sessions, just comment below. And if not, like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out. God bless.